Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, November the 18th. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, Thursday, November the 18th, 2021, and I want to be quickly updating you on COVID-19 and how the numbers are doing so far in Alberta and in Canada. So everyone understands that the numbers are are slowly going down every day, and we're going to be looking at the numbers today, how the numbers are in Alberta, especially because it's very important that again we make sure that we fight for COVID and making sure that we fight as much as we can because of the pandemic. The pandemic hit us all during the time of the COVID and made us not things not go well in any kind of way, and we need to do everything we can in our power to make sure that we do our best effort to make sure that we fight the pandemic and to make sure that we take things very seriously in every way because every day the numbers are either getting more or either getting less, right? So today, Alberta reported 383 new cases of COVID-19 and five more deaths. There are now 5,384 active cases of COVID-19 in Alberta. Alberta reported 383 new cases of COVID-19 on Thursday and five more deaths related to the illness. The new cases were detected through 8,948 completed tests with a positive rate around 4.31%. The five new deaths brings the total number of deaths related to COVID-19 in Alberta to 3,209. Hospitalization and ICU admissions from COVID-19 continues to decline. There are now 498 people in hospital being treated of COVID-19, about 18 fewer than the previous day. Updated included in the number are 94 patients in intensive care. Active cases of COVID-19 also continues to decrease. There are now 5,384 active cases of COVID-19 in Alberta. So Calgary zone, there are 1,817. Edmonton zone has 1,180. North zone has 1,055. Central zone has 861. South zone has 468, and unknown has 3. So that's how much cases that we have in Alberta. And again, we need to make sure that we continue to fight for COVID-19 and making sure that we continue to fight the pandemic as much as we can. As again, as is big responsibility when it comes to this government to make sure that we take things very seriously and to make sure that we fight things as much as we can because that's what it will take for us to go with the COVID-19 recovery as much as we can, and we can see things are declining every day. We can see the numbers are not they're not a joke for any of us, and we need to make sure that we take things seriously. Again, students need to make sure that they wear the mask and they do the hand sanitizer as soon as the throne speech is held on December 5th, because it will be online and it will be in person. It will be both for students to have opportunities to come to the school and making sure they have that chance as much as they can. So it's very important that we have, like I said, so many bills that are going to be passed, and they're gonna hopefully we're gonna be able to pass so many bills between December and January. That is the goal now, but this again will take time, and this is not something that will be easy for us to pass as much as we can. So we need to make sure that we do our best effort to make sure that we take it very seriously and not joke around with it as much as we can, because again, this will take a hard work for us to make sure that we do everything we can and making sure that students are safe as much as they can. Until electronic use, like I said, students are going to be able to use electronics during class only if there's an assignment or there's anything, but there will not be presentation, there will not be school activities after school, and I want to make sure that everyone takes that very seriously because there's no hope for that kind of thing. So people need to understand that school activities are not going to be lifted until March 2022 or April 2022, and that has to be clear for everyone to make sure that these things are being followed, and making sure that everyone makes sure that they take everything very seriously as much as they can. But our job is to make sure that students are safe and making sure that we do everything we can at the end of the day, because it's very important that we fight as much as we can and we make sure that everything is done properly and making sure that, like I said, teachers are teaching properly the curriculum, and making sure that students behave in class properly and all that. Because if students don't behave, they're going to be sent home and they're not going to be allowed to come to the school for maybe for a month or two, or it might even be suspension for doing any kind of harm to a teacher or to a student. And I want to make sure that every student understands this, because it's very important that we have to do our best to make sure the school is safe by health wise and by physical wise. And we need to do that as much as we can. And that's the only way, that's how we're going to head back to normal life. Because again, normal life, it will take time. It won't be something easy for us to go to back to normal life and after the pandemic and see how things are going to be. This actually will take a lot of work, and it will take a lot of time, and we have to be ready for it sooner or later as much as we can. Because again, this takes work and this takes effort, and this is not something that we should say, oh, we should do it and that's it. We need to really take care of our health, and at the same time we have to show the same caring for others as much as we can. And that's what it needs to be done, and that's what needs to be addressed by the people. And people need to understand that, because today people don't really care. Until now, there's people that still don't believe in COVID, they still don't believe in numbers, and they don't believe anything, right? Although yes, the numbers are going, there's vaccines now, there's all that stuff. I'm hoping people listen and they do the right thing, and they take the vaccine and they take everything we can. And now there's even pills now that has to do with Moderna and Pfizer, and there's all these pills that we have now that are available. So there's no excuse people to say, oh, I can't take the vaccine because of this or because of that, or because I can't I don't want to take the vaccine. Fine. If you don't want to take the vaccine, then there's a pill. There's another way that you can take the pill, and there's again another protection for your body, and making sure that you take it very seriously as much as you can. Because at the end of the day, everyone needs to be understandable. Everyone needs to take things very seriously. People cannot be joking around with health, with anything, because we have only one body, and in this COVID, a lot of people died and a lot of people suffered, and we don't need people that are not going to listen. They're not going to follow the rules. They're not going to take things very seriously. This is not the kind of thing we need. We need people that are really going to take things seriously. People are not going to joke with health. People are going to be understandable. These are the things that people need to really understand, and making sure, because again, we have only one body. We have to do everything we can in our best effort to make sure to fight this pandemic and to get rid of this pandemic. It's going to take a lot of work, but for it to leave, we all have to do our effort for it to work, for it to leave us, for us to go back to life normal. I understand every one of us is tired of this pandemic. Every one of us is in 1 year now we lost, and now almost this year is done. We only have a month left before 2021 ends. But at the end of the day, we need to make sure that we do everything we can as much as we can, because we by 2022, our goal is to make sure we lift restrictions, to make students they go back to life normal, to make sure everyone has the chance and opportunity to participate in school activities, to participate in tutor activities after school, to have all these things, to people to gather back around, people to lift mask, to lift all these things. Again, that all will take time, and people need to be ready for that, and people need to be patient, because this will take patience, and it will take work, and it will take time. But we need to understand that this is not something going to be easy, and it's not going to be done in one night. This is going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort by the government, and also the public has to work hard as well for us to do as much as we can. So I advise the public to do everything they can, and to do make sure they do everything as possible to make sure to fight this COVID as much as we can, to make sure that we go back to life normal, to make sure that we do everything we can as possible so we can end this pandemic as much as we can. And that's what I'm expecting everyone to do as much as we want. First of all, and like I said, there's a lot of bills that are going to be passed starting December 5th. There's bills that are going to be laid out during the throne speech. And I don't want to give any highlights. That's going to be in 2 weeks' time. The throne speech will be held, so it's not going to be this coming week coming. It will be actually 3 weeks left. So 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Yes, 3 weeks left before the throne speech be held, and that throne speech will be held in the new building. Hopefully, it won't be in this room. So in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be cleaning up and all that, so there won't be videos by next week. But I'm hoping by the 5th of December, the throne speech is going to be held. The government is going to head back to work, and students are going to be welcome to come back to class. In that point, and teachers and government officials, everyone will be welcome to come back and in person again. And there will be limited teachers, there will be limited government officials, and there will be limited students. For the students, there are going to be only 10 students that are going to be allowed to come to school. If you come late, you don't come on time because class are going to start at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. If you're not here by 6 o'clock, the door will be shut and you'll be locked out and you will be forced to do online. If you come here on time at 6 o'clock, you're gonna be here on time. If you have to come here like 5:30 for you to come here, especially it's winter now and we already got our first snowfall on Tuesday, so it's very important. You make sure that you do your best effort to make sure that you come here so you have time and you have room if you are really interested in coming back to class. But if you're not interested, then you can do online. But like I said, people who come early, those are the people that are going to be showing up. The people who do not show up on time, those are the people that are going to be doing online learning. So it's up to you what you decide, and it's up to you if you're going to be coming or not coming. But the door is going to be closed at 6 p.m. So if you're planning to come, you have to come before 6 p.m. to have a spot here. For the government officials, there are going to be 20 government officials that are going to be coming. And again, everyone who comes to the new building has to be vaccinated, including myself, and has to have proof of vaccination and making sure that you have all that's needed because you're going to be dealing with other students, there's going to be teachers, and there will be government officials. You have to make sure as much as you can to make sure that other people are safe and making sure that no one gets sick and no one gets well. If you didn't get vaccinated, it's better that you tell the truth and you say you did not get vaccinated because we don't want to be closing the new building because someone decided not to say that they're not vaccinated or someone decided not to say they have COVID so they affect everyone in the class or everyone in the building. This is not the way how we want to start the new year of returning back. We want to make sure that everyone, I trust everyone, but you have to have proof of vaccination either by a phone or either by the clinic where you got the vaccine. If you don't have proof of vaccination, also you're not going to be welcome to come to the building. So this is one of the things that will tell us if you are telling the truth or not, because you can come to me and tell me you got vaccinated, and if you don't have proof of vaccination, you don't have medical exemption, then how can I let you come in if you don't have any evidence or anything to prove that you got vaccinated? So it's very important that you make sure you do your best effort to make sure that you show either a document or you show a proof or you show something that proves that you got vaccinated, that you did take the vaccine. Because again, this is the only way that I can believe you. That's if you want me to believe you, and that is the only way I can believe the person, because this is the only way you can show me. That applies the same thing for government officials, for the teachers, the same thing. Teachers too, they have to be vaccinated, and they're gonna have to be they're gonna have to be showing proof of vaccination. Everyone who comes to this room is gonna be proving proof of vaccination. Also, they're gonna be vaccinated as much as you can, because I'm not making people get away with this without showing any proof of vaccination. If you tell me I don't have a device, I don't have the app, I don't have all that, fine. Then at least show to me medical exemption or show me something that you did get proof of vaccination. Because when you get vaccinated from the clinic, they give you a paper to show that you did get vaccinated. So you bring that paper. If you don't have that paper, then you're not going to be able to come. I'm sorry, that's how it's going to be. So you want to show it, you have to show that, and you have to show the medical exemption, and you have to show that you did get vaccinated as much as you can for you to come to the school. It has to be that clear because I don't want to be closing the new building. We want to make sure we open it for a long time now because we just by December 5th that week it will be the first time we open the building. And there's a new place too, and hopefully my students maintain it really well because there's a new place. Is gonna everyone will come and take a visit one day, and will come and visit the building and see how the space is, how big the space is, how everything will be is. So you can come and take pictures of it and see how it is. That will be the plan, and everyone needs to be understandable that this is how things are going to be in the next couple of weeks, right? So I want everyone to be serious and make sure that they take everything seriously as much as you can because nothing should be as a joke and nothing should be just uh, fun and all that, right? Everyone will get a chance to tour around the building, that's for sure. But when it comes to classes and coming on time, that's something you have to think about. If you're planning to come, you have to come here early. You don't come the last minute and expecting I'm gonna allow you to come in. That even if you're vaccinated, you have that medical exemption, I don't care. I'm only allowing 10 students only to come. So you come here early, you're gonna get that chance and you're gonna get the opportunity to have that chance and to have the opportunity to spend time with them. But there won't be any gatherings, there won't be anything. You come, you do your homework, whatever the teacher teaches you, and in 1 hour you go home. So let's say the class starts 6, by 7 everyone has home. They won't be actually from 7:15. So we have from 6 to 7:15. That's enough time. Okay, that's how much we're gonna increase it to 2 hours, 3 hours when we see the numbers of COVID is getting better, and how you guys had doing, how you guys are dealing with how you guys are following the restrictions. If I see students are following the restrictions, government officials following restrictions, teachers are following restrictions, then I will think about uh, increasing the time more and making the time everyone can give maybe extra hour, maybe 2 hours extra, or get something. But until then, again, everyone, we have to see in the next couple of days and couple of weeks of December, and we will see. And we will see if people follow restrictions, we're gonna lift more. If people don't follow restrictions, then we're gonna keep the same restrictions that we have. So I want everyone to understand that and to make sure that we take everything seriously. I'm hoping by March, like I said, March 2022 or April 2022 or May 2022, to make sure that we lift maybe by June 2022 or July 22 of next summer. I'm hoping by that time we lift the mask. But is that plan going to work? All it depends if students follow the restrictions and government officials follow the restrictions and the teachers follow the restrictions. Because if people don't follow the restrictions, then at the end, I'm not going to just open up for nothing. People need to really understand this and people need to really take this seriously and not take this as a joke. So, like I said, I'll have to see in the next couple of weeks how things are going. If people are doing the right thing, we're going to lift everything and we're going to make sure everything is done with and everything is dealt with. But if nothing is done, then that will be too bad for everyone. So I'm hoping that people really understand and people really take these things very seriously as much as they can, right? And and that's what it is. But now, like I said, I have to move things around. I'm not even prepared to return December 5th, but I'm getting bills ready. I'm getting things ready. So when we head back December 5th, these bills are going to be passed, right? One is going to be held because of the technology. The other one will be held for supporting students, volunteering activities. So there's going to be students that are going to get credits for volunteering after school and after recreations and after presentations. So there's going to be volunteering in every area. I'm planning to do it. But uh, those, uh, those, um, those kind of things are going to happen in March 2022 or April 2022. They're not going to happen now. Even those bills, when as soon as they get passed in December or in January, it will start to occur on March 2022 or April 2022. And that's my goal, is to allow those activities to happen in March 2022 or April. And those restrictions are going to be lifted, some of it by that time. So that's enough time. But again, if people not taking things seriously and they're joking around and not wearing masks properly and have to act like normal, it's not gonna be reasonable. For the small students, for the people who are not vaccinated, because I know age 5 and 12, they're not fully vaccinated yet because they didn't get their vaccines. For the small kids, they're not going to be coming to the school. They're going to be staying home and they're going to be doing online because they have a reason why to stay home and doing online. So these people are not going to be coming because they're not vaccinated. And I don't want to contaminate the new building with bad air and bad thing, right? Because these students, they can have COVID, and COVID doesn't only happen for people who are old, people who are teenagers, people who are adults, people who are young people. Any of these people can have COVID and they can have symptoms. They can have cough, they can have runny nose, they can have any kind of those symptoms. So I don't want any of those students to be affected as in any other way. So it's our job as a government to make sure we make the right decision for the building and to make sure to make the right decision for the students and for government officials and teachers because our job is to make sure that everyone is safe and healthy and is not affected in any level. And that's what I want everyone to understand and everyone to take very seriously as much as they can because has to be done in a proper way and has to be done in a manner way. That's what it needs to be done. Whoever objects the restrictions and doesn't follow the restrictions will be kicked out of the school. That's something I want everyone to really understand and to make sure they take very things seriously. So what I'm saying is it should be clear to everyone to make sure that we do everything we can in our power and in our constitution is to make sure that we follow the health rules and the health guidelines and making sure that we protect students and all that, right? Because that's a responsible government has to make sure people are safe as well, not just allowing restrictions. I want to go back to life normal, but I can't say, okay, we're gonna get rid of the mask. We're not gonna allow proof of vaccination. We're just gonna allow students to come and do as we wish, gather, have activities, have everything. I don't want to open up everything. We need to take everything seriously and making sure that we fight the COVID. I hope everyone have a nice day and see you tomorrow.